These are some of the changes that I made to my Intermediate Algebra Gateway course. On the left side here is the course that I started with. This is actually a live course I had from 2023. And on the right side is my updated Guardian course, also known as the Blueprint course. There were some changes to the requirements for the homepage, and EdTech did a really good job of helping me to incorporate all of those changes without making it seem overwhelming to the students. So on the old side, this linked to our Start Here module as opposed to linking to modules in and of itself. So linking to modules is a much better idea because then students can get there quickly throughout the semester instead of having to navigate all the way over here to modules or from the Start Here module itself. Initially, the course competencies were listed out. They still are, but now they're inside an accordion. So we have our competencies right here. I decided to put a lot of this inside an accordion so that students don't have to look at it every single time they open the course. I really wanted to make sure that when they hit on the landing page, the important information was there. Originally, I had contact your instructor as very blah. I had it in Zoom. Now, I know we are encouraged to use our own pictures, but I like using a meme, making it a little bit more fun and letting them know that this time is for them. I'm not just here working on stuff. I need them to come to my office hours, so I'm not bored. I have the layout a lot more clean, and now we are holding office hours in Teams so that in case for whatever reason I forget to log in, I'll still get a notification if somebody joins and be able to hop on very quickly as opposed to Zoom. I also linked my bookings in case my students couldn't make any of my office hours. And then support and resources stayed about the same. The next major change I made was in my modules. In my modules, I now have a prerequisites, so things that students can get up to date on that maybe they just need a refresher on at the beginning of this course. We also have our student resources and our own hidden instructor modules so that any other instructor that's going to be teaching this class knows how to set it up initially. I have all of my extra credit opportunities here, and they are also linked in the week that they are due, so students can know exactly where extra credit opportunities lay. My getting started was the next major change. My Start Here, it used to just be a video, so I'll click into it. But I know not everybody likes watching a video, so now I have it in video format as well as information that they can just click to look at. So I have, again, using accordions, the welcome video, navigation, assessments, what to expect, course materials, so that they can look at this stuff one at a time without being overwhelmed with information. I also have split out how their grade is going to be calculated. So that was a really cool thing to add to this course. Back into modules, the next thing I did, we wanted to incorporate for our online students a learning guide and a recap each week, and I wanted to make sure that my students weren't super overwhelmed, so I tried to keep everything as short as I possibly could. So every week they're seeing the same 5 things except for weeks that there is an exam. The last thing I incorporated is just kind of a tiny little detail. In our applications to linear systems assignment, I added a question at the beginning to incorporate AI. So now they can use Copilot or ChatGPT to come up with ideas for their mini project. And all I have them do is use AI to brainstorm examples and literally just copy and paste it into the project, and that is part of what they're being assessed on. So those are the major changes I made to Intermediate Algebra. I think this is going to make students a lot more engaged, and I think it's going to make everything a lot easier to digest for them in the end.